How can you let 52% of your students, 1 in every 2 students, failing your English, math, and science class, and even 28% is too high for social studies. My name is Greg Green, and I am Clintondale High School principal and curriculum coordinator for grades 6 through 12. When we evaluated our failure rate last year from our freshmen, we found that in English language arts, our freshmen were failing at a 52% rate. And in mathematics, they were failing at a 44% rate, science, a 41% rate, and then social studies, a 28% rate. And as a principal, it's just unconscionable to have that going on in your building.
To continue doing the same thing and think you're going to get this different result isn't going to work. So we sat down and we said we got to try something different.
Because we felt like the class time, was probably the most crucial time that we had with students.
We decided to flip it and try spending more time working with the students in class and having them get the lecture and the lessons at home.
This allows us to get more one-on-one time with them. I'm not speaking to a mass group.
By having homework done within class, we quadrupled the time that students and the teachers actually work together in, going over and learning the information.
My name is Mike Wright. I came here when I was in 8th grade. Coming from Detroit Public Schools, it's real different.
Why'd you come from Detroit?
Yeah, last year Mike Kwan was a freshman in the class, and he was struggling, and he'd have a problem and say problem number 1 was difficult for him. He couldn't do it at home, so he would give up. So all of his homework was empty, was blank. Well, now I'm sitting there, I can see his frustration, I can go help him, I can get him past number 1, now he can do 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got trouble with problem number 6 again, I can help him.
But the biggest surprise is the results. When we did go to the flip model, we had no failures. No one failed. There's a kid now, unfortunately, he doesn't go here anymore because he just was that far behind. He had to go to an alternative high school, but it was the only class he passed here in the high school.
By reversing the instructional model, what we did is we actually seen a dramatic reduction in percentage of students who are failing. And in ELA, the percentages went from 52% to 19%. In math, we went from 44% to 13%. And in science, we went from 41% to 19%. And in social studies, we went from 28 to actually under 10%. And so, what we've seen is a huge reduction in failure by reversing the instructional model, which doesn't cost any money. My name is Greg Green. I'm a principal. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm using webcam tablets for my high school.